turn my brain on really quick.
Yeah, that's another just a little switch. I'm gonna mute my mic and get all my swear words out right now.
Okay. Okay, we're live. So, but it takes a bit
hear
for
me?
people. Yep, I sure can. Hello.
Why is it working like this? Ah,
It's okay. You guys have a second. I'm just going to my go live notification in Discord will go off, and then I'm gonna tweet something in a sec. Making bird noises?
You're tweeting.
Oh,
blast!
What bird is that? Blast.
Well, the crack
It's
is pigeon.
It's an Isagro. You know. Blast.
all right. And now we're officially live and everything is gone out. So, hello. I have some great players with me. I have Sage, Reese, Zebra, Nyarp, and Elemental with me. And then Zared's showing his support too. Hello, Zared.
I don't exist.
Oh, okay. But I'm super excited to be DMing this campaign right now. So, let us begin in the city of Webport, a place high above the clouds, very far away from the planet below it. A steampunk-esque town that everything is completely perfect in, right, guys? Never any.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, never any issues. Everyone works their job almost every day and is very happy, right?
I am extremely happy right now.
Who complains I could possibly say? Out
Mhm.
loud.
And the happiest of all
Yeah.
would
cool.
definitely be Yusagan, right? Who is just waking up right now. Feeling. I need.
Probably.
There, can you turn that
Hold on.
off, please?
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks. Sorry. Seth, thank you for that jump scare. I have a thing where I can let people play sound alerts, which just jump scared me. Thank you,
it's
Seth.
actually that was my alarm going off.
Totally, exactly. Isagan's alarm goes off, and he's hit with just a smarting pain in his head. This makes him flinch as he wakes up.
Just another day,
Yeah.
you know.
You can hear downstairs what seems to be your parents yelling, though. You can't really. It's very muffled through the floorboards.
They yelling at each other again.
Sounds like it.
Well, I think I'll get dressed and find my wings and head downstairs.
All right. So, as you make your way downstairs after binding your wings, putting on, the clothes that you're allowed to wear, nothing too interesting, has to be muted colors, basically whatever won't make you stand out. You open your door, and you can hear your mother just say very loud, but it seems like she's trying to at least slightly contain herself, yelling at your father. I can't believe you took another thing from her shop. The poor woman barely makes her rent. And your father returns with I just saw it, and I thought it would look lovely on you. And they continue on and on. It's typical fighting for them.
So I think we want to walk down and sort of try to ignore them as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely cast some strange glances at my dad and try to see what the thing is he's taken this time.
Yeah, so you see that your father is holding a very simple necklace. It seems to be a plastic chain, even with some type of rock that's been a hole has been filed in the center of it, and it's hung on the plastic chain. And he's just holding it out to your mother, like waving it around as they're both gesticulating at each other.
Dad, did you steal something else?
Son, I don't think this is any of your business. He quickly, as soon as he sees you, tries to hide it behind his bag.
I mean, you could at least steal something with a little bit more panache, a little bit more more flavor. That looks incredibly mundane.
I see. He seems very embarrassed to be having this conversation with his son, and your mother is just now glaring at you furiously. What did you just say?
I yawn and it's not. I mean, you're just such a wonderful woman, and you deserve much brighter and shinier gifts than
Exactly
this.
why your father should earn when he steals things. Honey, I'll use the tactics that Dr. Shawarma thinks we should use, okay? When you steal things, it makes me feel like I'm worth as much as you paid for it. Okay, honey?
I don't think he paid anything for it.
Exactly, son! Exactly!
So Dr. Shawarma, you're seeing Dr. Shawarma. All right. It's not helpful, apparently.
Son, we're working through our issues because we love each other.
Well, I love you too, but I'm gonna leave you to work through your issues. And I'll like snatch some fruit off a table.
Did you miss your first alarm again? It's kind of late.
I don't know what alarm it is. What time is it?
It's you missed morning prayer, so you're late. If you're late every day, there's no way you're ever gonna get promoted, and you deserve better than that job.
I mean, don't we all? We all deserve better than these jobs, right?
I love working in my garden and giving herbs to all the people who need them for medicine, son. You can find a job that you'll enjoy.
Medicine's wonderful. I make hot dogs and weird, strange food objects for people that don't care about it. I'm not, medicine's a worthy thing, but this
right. She seems uncomfortable as soon as you mention the job that you're working at. Isagan, that reminds me, actually, I have some herbs. Will you take them to Miss Jurna again?
Absolutely.
And I'm technically cutting them off the stash that I owe to the.
You're doing something against the rules.
Isagan, we've talked about this. They're not.
This is great.
Isagan, they're not giving her. She needs more medicine than what they're giving her. So I'm taking it off of what I should be giving to the hands of Cassia, but she really needs it, and they're too busy to recognize that. So I am doing my part a little differently.
I support it, and I will absolutely, on my way to work, I'll stop by Miss Jornas. Do I need to prepare the herbs in any way? Just
don't do that. Don't do that before you. She can wait until after. It's perfectly okay.
I don't know. She sounds real sick, Ma.
Please do not be any more late to work than you already are. Really.
All right, I'm off straight to work.
Isagan. She's like, she's picked up the bag off the counter and she's just like, she doesn't want to give it to you. Isagan, please just go straight to work.
I will go straight to work.
She holds it out to you.
Okay, I take the bag and I take a bite out of an apple that I've taken off the counter, and I head out the door.
All right. Yeah, you head out back onto the streets of Webport, and you know the route very well since you've been working this job for quite a while now. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, and as you head out, you see the sorry, I had something caught in my throat. Okay, so as you head out, you see the normal faces. You know, people go through the same routine pretty much every day. So it's the same sights over and over again. You know, there's that guy fixing the street because something happened, perhaps. There's the woman watering her flowers before she opens her shop. Blah, blah, blah.
Good
Go
day.
on, go on. Oh, hello. She waves to you.
I way back and wink and take a bite out of the apple again.
She laughs and just goes back to her day. And as you're moving on, you turn your face to look at her, aren't watching the street for a second. Go ahead and make a dex save.
Ooh. I'm honored to make the first
The
dice
first roll of the
this.
campaign. Boop, boop. Oh,
This is a
snap.
big ol' 8.
All right. So with Isagon's 8 on the dex save, as you're looking away, you accidentally kick one of the bricks from the man who was working on repaving the street, and the brick rolls. You don't pay it much mind. You perhaps quickly apologize to the guy, and he groans at you. But what you miss is the brick rolling, hitting the paint can of someone who was painting the side of someone else's home, and the paint can continuing to roll, and you trip on that paint can and land squarely in the middle of the street, right in front of 2 cans of cassia. And with that, do you want to describe more of what Isagan looks like as Keel and Indigo look down at you?
Yeah. So you see a tiefling with kind of a darker purple skin tone. The simple sort of muted colors, more of like a cream brown kind of tunic and trousers, simple leather shoes, short kind of foppish like gray blue hair and kind of orange gold eyes. Currently the apple has gone flying. The bag of herbs I think I've held on to, tried to keep that in my possession.
Yeah, you're clutching it quite tightly.
Yeah.
All right, and yes, so Keel and Indigo, you look down at the tiefling who just stumbled and fell squarely in the street in front of you as you were walking on your patrol. But we can go back a little bit. How has your guys' patrol been going?
It's been going pretty good, you know. I saw the nice lady down the street. She gave me some nice apples. It was
Pinched your cheeks, said, "Oh, you're so cute,
oh,
trainees.
Yeah, wonderful lady.
Oh.
Wonderful lady.
You're going to be so
however-
big and strong when you grow up."
Yes, it's. I appreciate it, but you know, I'm not quite so big, but I am quite strong. You know, I got one of those.
Oh, but you'll be stronger
anyway.
later. Give it a few years. No rush.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I can pinch your cheek again. Her hand's just waving as it goes towards your cheek again.
All right, thank you very much. Keel, are we going?
It's so nice to spend some of your day with me.
I love
Every
spending
day
time.
I
with you,
wait
but
here for
I'm-
you.
I'm on a patrol right now, and I would love to spend more time
Love
with you,
to-
but
And
I
I'm
just
so
can't.
thankful that you spend some time with me during your patrol.
I always try to.
You're
Such
such
great
a
to
good
see you.
boy.
Thank you, Mom.
I'm not
Keel,
your mother. Did you forget?
no,
I'm
I'm
not your
just.
mother.
I know. I'm just treating you with respect.
But
you
I'll call
deserve,
you
know?
my sonny boy.
I, Keel, what are you doing? Where
Could
are
you
you?
help me cross the street? There's some really nice baked goods. I'll even buy you one.
Right. Okay. Keel, could you help me, please? This old, elderly woman requires some assistance, and I have to go that way.
No, of course not. I'll take care of this. You can help your mother across the street.
Yeah,
I'm
you know
not
the
his
thing.
mother.
No, she's not my mother.
I'm
my
not
mother
his
is not-
mother.
Yes,
But
yes,
he's my
she's not my
sonny
mother.
boy.
But you are
Um,
Sonny boy.
Right. My mother is. Uh, okay. I'll proceed to very, like, you can see that he wants to and he's happy to help, but he's a bit uncomfortable, and he'll just spend like the next following 5 minutes
She's just
helping
like,
you
she's
across.
pretty much taking your entire arm hostage and is just like
Yeah, and
clutching
just
it.
not moving.
Yeah.
Just not moving.
She like
So
hobbles,
that's what we're gonna be
leaning
doing.
generously on you.
As all friends do, I believe it is my right to stand and cackle madly as I watch him in this uncomfortable position.
Lovely, lovely. Oh, what kind of tart do you want? Excuse me? What kind of
Excuse me?
tart do you want?
I
For your
would like.
time.
Here, I'll get one tomorrow. Okay, just have one out for me. I'll grab it, and
But I
I'll
might
get
die
it.
tomorrow. And that
You
would
won't
be
die
sad.
tomorrow. You would not.
But then
You
we
will
would
not.
have never
The
gotten to
city won't.
share a
The
tart
city won't
together.
not let. Well, I'll share. I promise you. I'll promise you. I'll definitely share a
Cassia
tart
has
tomorrow.
been sending me messages that it's going to be my time soon, so I just want to spend as
What?
much time with you as I can, sonny boy.
Please, just call me Indigo. My name's Indigo.
There was a dead bird on my porch this morning, and my cat
Good.
swore it wasn't his.
Your cat swore it wasn't yours.
Yes. The black cat that you see
Oh
everywhere?
yes. Oh yeah. I know that one.
That
Um.
he is mine.
I know, but the bird's dead. Good. I don't like birds.
I will be the
No.
bird tomorrow.
What?
So please let
What?
me buy you a tart. Before the hands
All right.
take all of my
Right.
money when I die
Okay.
and don't give it
Right.
to my sons.
No, the hands will take care of your sons.
It's
No
okay, they
issue.
never visit me.
Donate.
If I had a choice, I'd leave it
I'm a
to you.
Hatsukasya, and I'm always visiting you.
I know.
The Hatsukasya always visited you. Me and Keel are Hatsukasya, and
That's
taking
why
care
I'm
of you.
happy the money's going to you instead of my sons that never visit me.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to hear about. I have experience with sons that don't go and visit their mothers. It's
You're
less
not
of a
one,
stud to
right?
me. No,
You would
I'm not.
never. You love your
No, but
mother.
with my brother.
I'm
No,
not your
throwing
mother.
shade.
But I know
Call my
you
brother.
love me, son.
I appreciate you. Let's go get that.
I'm
tart.
going to buy you an apple tart. She's like slowly
All right.
walking towards the counter and holding 2 coins
I'm
up.
going to pick her up in like a princess carriage. Just go
Oh!
there a little bit fast.
Oh
Just
my.
'cause we're taking a lot of time out of our patrol route, and this needs to go a little bit faster. And she's just taking so
There are
long.
never criminals in Webport. Is
No, there's
patrolling
never. But
really necessary?
we have to. It's our job. And
Sounds dreadful.
everybody does their job. Everybody does their job. You did your job, and now you're in a time of rest. But we're doing ours now.
I was a dancer.
You were wonderful. I could see it in you. You have the eyes of a dancer.
That's why my legs don't work much anymore.
Ah, I see. not
2
very
apple
good.
tarts, please.
3, one for my friend.
2 apple
Brother.
tarts, please.
I'll look at the cashier and I'll like do a little 3 with my fingers just slowly behind her, and I'll get out the money to give him the 3.
Okay,
No,
she's paying for 2.
Yeah.
It's
And I'll
only
look
1
at
copper for it. They're very small apple tarts.
All right.
But yeah, you guys receive your apple tarts. She still does not want to let you leave, but eventually.
I do have to go. I'm sorry, ma'am. I really am, but we have to complete our patrol. We have places to be, and I'm supposed to meet up with the superior later today. And he would be very angry if we didn't get the whole route. And I'll see you tomorrow.
If you must. See
I'll
you
see you tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Kiel. Do you want your apple tart?
Yeah, thanks, Sonny boy.
I will tolerate that from her. She is an elder, and elders are to be respected, but I am no son of yours. You're a brother, and not my father. I don't have a father. You're not a...
Yeah, let's continue our patrol. It's every day with that.
Right, yes. Yes, right.
Do you guys want to hit us with some visual I'm blanking on the word. Visual help for your characters? Wow, what is English?
Sure. Keel, you want to go first?
Sure. All right. Keel is, the taller, sturdy type. He's wearing like as much armor as usually appropriate for patrol, and probably just carrying his helmet like in his arm. There's no reason to really be wearing that. It's kind of stuffy. He's got a longer blonde hair and, seems like a genuinely nice guy. Pretty much just he looks like he should be patrolling.
Okay. An Indigo?
Indigo with suntan skin and medium length, slightly longer than normal, brown hair held up into a ponytail. Indigo just projects an air of kind of excitement and like naive trustworthiness. He's wearing thick silver armor and has a large shield strapped to his back. He has an axe looped in his belt, and can maybe see it if you're coming from the right angle, a pendant around his neck with an amethyst.
All right.
His eyes are a deep purple.
Awesome. Okay. And yeah, as you guys are walking, you continuing your patrol, being very diligent, watching. You do notice that a black cat has started to follow you guys.
Did you get that bird?
Its eyes seem kind of intelligent as it looks up at you and meows. Its feet padding past you as it walks faster.
All right. Oh, I see.
But the cat walks over to someone who it seems to be paving the street, and it takes its head and kind of rubs against a brick, pushing it a little bit more towards the sidewalk, and you see a purple tiefling kind of walking along, kick the brick, and then trip on a paint can and land squarely in front of you.
Oh,
Wow.
Sorry.
I'll help him up. That was a series of events that is amazing to witness as I
I'm going
hold
to
back
watch
more
it.
laughter.
I'm gonna watch
I
that
mean-
cat as it travels further and see if it's just seems very happy with itself, or if it seems like, oh no, that was an accident, or if it's just very, very smug.
Yeah, so it continued following Isagon for a bit, and then has just sat itself and is watching the three of you. near the street corner.
Keel laughing at me actively.
No, not actively, but you can between what happened earlier and now, you could probably still see a little bit of a smirk on his face.
Okay, I will get up and sort of brush myself off. I mean, good day. Glad this is slightly amusing to you.
It's not amusing. Let's not get into a scuffle here. It's all citizens of Westport, and we all follow Cassia. And there's no need to get up and
Yeah,
all.
You okay there, friend?
It's a simple accident.
I'm fine. This is not my first tumble. Yes, Cassia, absolutely. Cassia's great.
Right. You seem unsure.
No, I'm certain.
Okay.
Are you not
I know.
certain?
Oh, I'm certain myself, but just I don't know. We're on
How
patrol.
certain?
I'm very certain. Cassia has told me a great many things. Are you okay? Did you get hurt anywhere?
I'm fine. It's just
Are you
this
sure?
paint can. I'm sorry for. I'll look over
Oh
to the
no, no
painter,
worries.
and say, I'm sorry for this can situation. I'm sure there's. What color is the paint? Is it just all over the street now?
Yeah, it's a beige, but it's actually gotten onto Indigo and Keel's boots. Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry about your boots, good sirs.
No worries. No worries.
It
I'm more
it's fine.
concerned about
It'll
that
clean
whole
right off.
paint over your entire chest. Do you need a bath or something?
Uh,
Here. I'm going to cast prestidigitation and try to like clean his clothes.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of paint on there, but if one casting gets a good deal of it off, and after
Just
a few more,
stand-
you can get rid of all of it.
stand here sheepishly, very uncomfortable.
No problem at all. I hope you have a great day.
You as
Are
well.
you
Thanks
going
for your
anywhere?
good works.
Do you need to be guided somewhere, or are you going somewhere? Can we help you at all? Here to help.
I'm late for work, but I don't think that's something that you can fix. My manager's
have-
not
well.
going to be too pleased.
All right. Well, I hope you run into no more accidents, and I hope there are no feline aggressors on your way. Good day,
The
sir.
cat meows behind you guys loudly.
I'll look at this cat quite suspiciously and then keep going on.
Right. So as the three of you start walking, actually, all of you are heading in the same direction as the two of you have angled your patrol to end at the cafeteria, exactly where Isagon works for the University of Cassia. It's all three of you said your goodbyes and then are awkwardly heading in the same
Yes.
direction.
Hey,
Awkward
so I'll
situation.
see you later.
So, how's the weather?
Yeah, it's fine as it normally is, I guess.
Right.
Is we're
guess-
experiencing the same weather, so
Oh, I guess so. We are guiding you. Not guiding you, but
thank you so much for your guidance. I don't know if I could do it without you.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure it's not that big of an issue, but wouldn't want to. Today's quite awkward, isn't it?
It's I'm just leaning into it. It's fine. It's not. I work in a cafeteria. I get pretty.
Oh,
it
dude,
can
that's
get
where we're
pretty
heading right
uncomfortable.
now. So I guess we're
Are
going
you
the entire way there.
Damn it.
Uh,
I mean, yes,
All
of
right.
course.
Indigo is then going to get out of the middle position and step around to go on the other side of Keel so they can be closer together so they have to talk, because Keel's kind of not really being a little bit reserved at the moment, so he's just going to try to shove him on to talk.
Don't put me in the awkward position.
Sorry to say, I think it's all an awkward position right now, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us continue.
All right. So as all
continue
of
our
you
escort of you to the cafeteria.
All right, yeah, so all of you continue. Awkward conversations still being made. But we are going to go across Webport well, not completely across, but quite a ways away, and meet Aika.
Oh, hello.
Hello. All right. So, Aika, you were just approaching your laboratory, let's say, or at least your friend's lab. And as you walk up to the front door, you see that the little mailbox on the side next to the door is just completely full of mail. Other than that, Brorin's house is, or his little home, his lab is on the bottom floor, or the basement, and then his home is on the top floor. It's very nondescript, and very, very, very small besides the under part. Not any kind of decoration or anything. And it's just plain white. Beige roof. Nothing really of note. But the mailbox is overfilling. Some of it, the mailman seems to have just given up and started piling envelopes on the floor beneath the mailbox as well.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take the mail out so that, you know, it's better to not lose mail than to, you know, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna grab all the mail and I'm gonna walk in to his house unannounced, you know,
Mhm.
how it is.
Yeah, you use your key easily. Every single lock is locked, by the way. He has, you know, a normal lock and then 2 deadlocks. And you know the trick to be able to pull up his stopper. And then you're able to go inside unannounced.
I make sure to lock everything back as usual, and then I'll turn around and I guess I'll look for him, considering I have 2 handfuls of mail for him.
Yep. So yeah, you see his upstairs. He only has, you know, the one room and then a bathroom off to the side. The one room is just cut into like different corners. So he has like a kitchen corner and then like a little table in another corner, then a couch in another. But it doesn't seem very lived in up here. But you do hear some banging from the basement.
So I'll go ahead, open the door of the basement, and make sure it closes behind me, and I'll head down.
All right. So you see, um, your buddy, you know, your Goliath buddy. His bald head is just peeking up from behind some of the machinery that he's working on. His back is to you, and he just seems to be banging. A piece doesn't seem to be fitting, but he seems very determined to make it work. But as you enter, he doesn't even seem to notice you.
Bronwyn! I'm gonna yell
He
at him.
doesn't answer the first time.
I'm
Just
gonna walk up.
continuing to bang.
I'm gonna hit him in the side of the head with the mail.
Ow! What was that? Hey, that's what was that for?
That's for leaving your mailbox full. And I hand him the mail.
He kind of like, he drops his wrench, and without, you know, getting any of the metal bits or like residue off of his hand or any of the grease or anything, he just takes his hands to his face and just starts rubbing his eyes.
Been up all night.
You tell me not to lie to you, so I mean, I can't lie to you. You can tell usually. Maybe. He's like
Yeah,
grimacing. Maybe.
Figure out something big, or did you just decide to get lost in the work for the night?
I'm still stuck on the whole power source thing, but
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that
gonna-
this, like, you know, see how I'm using it would be I thought it would be way more portable if like this frame handle part was made out of aluminum, so I've been replacing it all night because I wanted to work on the power source thing, but this I knew this would take me a long time, and while I'm working on this, I don't have to work on the power source, but I'm still working on, our life's work, so it
So-
seemed really still productive,
So you're working on cosmetics instead of.
It will
Right,
make
I
it much
see.
more portable, so if we ever have to leave, it'll be more convenient, and it might save our lives someday.
I guess that's fair, but
Uh-huh.
I'm the working theory is that we don't leave, or if we do leave, it's using it instead of moving it.
Right. You never know, though, Ika. They're... eh.
Yeah. Especially with all this mail. What are you getting evicted? And I'm gonna look through what mail I have in my hand still, since he probably couldn't hold all of it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of junk mail, like different advertisements for things. Everyone really knows that he has a giant grant and he doesn't seem to use it on anything that anyone can see. So a lot of people send him mail just trying to get a piece of it by selling him different things. So that's a lot of the mail. But there's also some things from the hands of Cassia, yeah, that have their seal on them.
And I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, so you find a lot of notices of them asking for you to schedule an inspection. They just, as you flick through them, you see notice after notice until you find one that's final notice. We're coming next month.
You didn't set a time for an inspection, Bronwyn.
What? No?
You know that they have to inspect every couple months.
I didn't set anything.
Well, looks like you don't have to. They're showing up next month, whether you like it or not.
What?
I hand him the final notice.
He like starts peering at it. He and then just takes his glasses and like squints at the glasses like, "Oh, they're so dirty." He takes one of his cloths and like smears the grease on his glasses around a bit. Puts it on his face and it just peers at it. Yeah, they're coming next month, last month.
Wait.
This is dated. This mail is a month old, Ika.
You haven't gotten the mail in a month?
No, this is this.
Have you not left the house?
Why no, I made this food. It multiplies itself, and as long as I don't eat all of it ever, I have food. And there's my bed, and he like points to a pile of cardboard. And don't ask about the other stuff. Look, I went outside, and you know how I get. He like points at his pink complexion. I burn so easily. I was tired of only going out at night. So I don't even go upstairs because the sun from the window hurt.
Bronwyn, I appreciate how dedicated you are. I couldn't do that. I have to feel the breeze at least once a week.
You hungry? He like offers some of this weird sludge. Kind of. It seems a bit fuzzy on the top.
No, I'm all right for now.
It's good.
I trust that it is, or at least you've convinced yourself of that in the past month.
When it's the I Aika. It's been longer than just a month.
I put a hand on his shoulder. I know.
Thank you for pretending.
So, how's the process on the rest of it? Still just the power source, or do you intend on making a couple extra?
Doodads? Doodads are my specialty.
Sure, doodads. We'll call it that.
I actually made this for you when I wasn't working on the machine, even though I work on that all the time, Aika. All the time. Clearly. And he just hands you a spherical ball with different engravings on it. And like grooves. Seems like it comes apart somehow.
Can I try to figure out what it is without asking, so I can appear smart?
Sure, make an intelligence check. If you, do you have any tool proficiencies?
Nope, not a
Okay.
single
Yeah,
one.
make an intelligence check then.
Nice.
Noise.
Four.
Yeah. So it seems to be a kind of ball. And then you can see the grooves in it and you think that it comes apart somehow. And the symbols they seem to be, do you speak Goliath?
I do not.
Okay, so there's different symbols in a language that you're not sure of what it is really, but you've seen your friend write in it and like make notes in the language. It's recognizable that much, at least to you. But yeah, you really are not sure what this is.
Ron, you're gonna have to tell me what this is before I break it.
It's a puzzle. You'll figure it out. You're smart. I just wanted to take you a while because, I mean, if you solve it, I'll have to make you another one. And that would distract me from our wonderful project. So, he like taps his forehead a little.
On that note, how long did you spend making this?
Anyway, yeah, so I need power source. And for you to do your mathy math, and then I can keep working on the actual important stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna come check up on you and then head over to the library to see if I could figure out any place I could go to find any kind of magical source. Of course, it won't be here in Webport, I doubt.
Look, we're gonna need something old.
I
Like
know.
really old. Archaic magic, okay? Oh, why don't you talk to that professor you had that was like really sus, like he was always trying to hide that he was interested in like old stuff older than whatever, the Great War, whatever. I don't know. I failed that class. But
You know I don't want to bring people into our affairs.
yeah,
But
but he's so bad at hiding that he's into that stuff. I don't know. I doubt he'd rat you out if he could help it. And
I
we
mean, the Hens of Cassia already know what we're doing. They just don't know
the details.
not so much the details, more the grand scheme of how it could affect everyone.
Look, if they ask me, I'm going. I don't handle torture well. I do not handle torture well, Aika. They
I
touch
can
me,
tell.
I crumble. So we should work fast, and you should probably get some help. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if they come while I'm gone, just try to play it cool, all right?
I mean, I can do that. As long as they don't threaten to maim me, I'll be fine.
Yeah, actually, maybe it was a bad choice of words to say your name and cool in the same sentence.
Eh.
Yeah, I'll probably head over there. I mean, I'm going to the university anyways to go to the library. I could stop by his office really quick.
Sounds good.
Don't get too distracted or too overworked. Take a 5-minute break or something. Not to
But
work on something
putting
else.
putting aluminum siding on is so therapeutic. Aika, you should try it sometime. Get your hands a bit greasy.
You know, the last time I did that, I broke my thumb.
And it's cute that your thumb is crooked now. I think it gives you character.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of character. Oh, how'd you break your thumb, Aika? Oh, I tried to hit a single nail with a hammer and broke it on the first swing.
You were holding the hammer wrong.
Hey, don't remind me.
Hey, I'm just saying maybe a screwdriver is more your type. Just twisty.
Yeah, maybe. You know I'm not good with this stuff. That's why I have you around.
Yeah, whatever. It's good for you to have a reason to keep me around. Otherwise, you'd cut me out, probably.
You'd probably go crazy without something to do.
I would
Let's
make
be
more
honest.
spears with bad riddles on them.
Yeah, puzzle maker might not be the specialty for you. Well, I guess I'll figure that out when I figure this thing out. I hold up the ball.
Good luck. See you.
See you later, Bronwyn. And I will turn and I will go back upstairs.
All right. So as Aika is heading out, do you want to give us a visual description of him as he's walking back onto the street?
Yeah, despite the fact that he is a big nerd. He's 7'4", a little bit jacked. He's got orangish tan fur, pretty short mane for a Leonin, but you gotta keep things civil around here. He looks pretty nice, especially for someone who works in a basement half the time.
Mm-hmm.
Likes to keep himself clean. Usually blue shirt, tie, khakis, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Typical nice, something you'd see like a professor in or like some kind of scholar, because that's what he is. He basically he dresses the part.
All right.
Carries a book around with him all the time.
Awesome. What's the book called? What's the book he's working on right now?
It's not so much a book to read, it's like a book of his own notes. So
Nice.
doesn't have a title on it. It does have a lock on it. Kind of like one of those diaries.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a little lock on the side
Where
that
does he
only he
keep the
has the key
key?
to. It's on a necklace that he hides under his
Under
shirt.
his. All right. Awesome. Thank you for introducing us to Aika. And let's go to our last player character to introduce today is Aether, the professor. All right. So, professor, your class is about to start soon. What do you have a ritual before you give classes, or he's just so over it he can do it pretty much half asleep?
The professor will basically just check through his notes, do a little. He knows the material. He just wants to make sure he's got all the notes he's been given by the hands of Cassia that he has to incorporate into it.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to make sure he stays on the cue cards, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And he has his trusty pointer stick with him.
Oh yeah, just extends it to full, walks out in front of the class, and addresses everyone and says, good morning, everyone. Excellent to see you all here. Excellent. Today we will be continuing our previous lecture on the history of Webport. Today, we will be focusing on the somewhat grimmer subject of the world below. Now, I'm sure you're all somewhat aware of our basic, very vague and not very detailed history, where long, long ago, we ourselves, or at least our ancestors did, live on the world below. Now, it is commonly agreed upon that the world below was a terrible, truly awful place. It was essentially a nightmare to behold. I have been reading over the writings of various scholars throughout history, and they have each described it in their own unique, awful manner. I've had people describe it as children eating their babies, which at the time I'm sure it was a modest proposal, now not so much. Others have described it as fire and brimstone, and others have talked about living shadows and enormous monsters roaming the world. Now, I've been reading through these, and I've never actually found any commonality between them. It's almost as if every single author wrote down what they thought was down there and never actually had anything, and never bothered to cite any sources. But I'm sure that's purely a coincidence.
The
purely a
entire class
coincidence.
is just kind of giving you a bored expression. You know, some people leaning on their arms, some with their eyes, slowly closing. But one student sitting, really in the third row from the front. She's watching you, and she raises her hand at this point.
Yes, you. And I point the pointer stick. I need a better name for that.
Well, sorry. It's just that, well, you're a smart person. You're teaching this class. So what do you think is
believe
down
so.
there?
What do I think? Well, he begins pacing back and forth. When presented with something that we have no concrete facts of, all we have is infinite possibility. Literally anything could be down there. We have no one alive who has any type of record of it, no first-hand accounts from time before. Anything could be down there. A world of infinite possibility. Lays not before us, but below us. Could be found at any given moment. Of course, we would never do that because, and he ruffles through his cards and pulls one out. The world below is a terrible place, truly awful, and as per the word of the hand of Cassia, it is forbidden from all to enter or even conceive of, for even conceiving of it is evil in itself. You get the idea. He puts the card away.
She raises her
imagine it
hand again.
is- Oh, yes.
If no one has ever seen it, how do we know it's so bad?
He has a look in his eye of like, finally someone is asking the right questions, and then it just kind of, his face drops a little bit as he has to take out another card and says, as per the hand of Cassia, we know that it is a evil place because it is written that way by the law of Cassia and her teachings. That is why she raised us up and took us out of such a, or our ancestors out of such a terrible, truly awful place. Praise to Cassia as we thank her for all that she has done for us.
The girl
And
smiles
this is
at
something
you
worth
and
thinking about, isn't it?
bless Cassia. Thank you for
Yes, and
putting
and
me
also
on the
with-
right path.
the professor is just thrilled that someone is asking questions because he's tired of people just like hearing a lecture that has been proved and just nodding their head and going along with it.
Yeah, she's kind of after that point, she kind of looks down and just smirks to herself before going back to watching you.
And
You
from
don't
there, I
think you've
imagine
seen her in
the
your
professor
class
would
before?
continue.
Yeah.
Interesting. He would definitely make like a mental note of that. Be like to ask them later, like, are they exchange student? Did they just add in? What's going on? And a small part of him is paranoid.
Exchange
a small part.
student from where?
This is the only university. But yeah.
Okay, a larger part of him is paranoid.
But yeah, you continue and finish your lecture. What was your ending note?
All right, students, that will be all for today. For most of you, I would like to say good morning, welcome back. Be sure to copy notes down from someone who actually bothered to stay awake throughout the entire course. And remember, we will be having a pop quiz next class. Is it truly a pop quiz because I mentioned it? We will find out in time. Till then, copy the notes. Take time to try to really think through things, critically think about the topic at hand. And until then, and he checks his notes, and the last one is just, oh, and praise Cassia, of course. Have a good day, everyone.
All right, so for that performance, go ahead and make me an intelligence check, but then if you have proficiency in performance, we can add that proficiency to it. But otherwise, it's just going to be an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence.
All right, give it to me.
You
Okay.
know, for a moment, it was a 20, and then it rolled.
All right. So, you give your lecture, and it's a solid lecture, you think, but you definitely flubbed up a bit, and were talking from your heart instead of your cue cards for a bit longer than you perhaps should have been. Yeah? So,
These things tend to happen.
the student who raised her hand during the lecture, she stands up. You notice that she doesn't have a bag or any books or any note-taking device of any kind. She stands and is just watching you as other people begin to file out.
The professor is collecting his notes and packing everything up and trying to do it slowly while like keeping them in like their peripheral vision. So like if they have a question, they can answer it, and if something goes down, they can respond to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she stands there, and then begins, as the last few people leave the hall, she begins walking towards you, going down the steps, until she's standing right in front of you. Not standing in front of your desk, but to the side, so that there's nothing in between the two of you.
Making sure that the little pointer stick thing is kind of within arm's reach. It says, yes, can I help you?
I believe that you can. Hello. She sticks her hand out.
I reach up to shake her hand.
Yeah. She gives you a very firm and harsh handshake. Your elbows feels like it might pop out if she were to want it to. Hello. I'm Lorena. I'm pleasured to be making your acquaintance. Lorena Morningful.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Are you perhaps a transfer student? Someone just joined the university?
No. You got my mail? I said I was going to be sitting in on one of your classes. I'm a hand officer.
Yes, of course. In his mind, he's screaming. But he's trying to stay very, very composed because, yeah, that one student who was asking questions, they weren't asking questions. They were seeing if he was falling in line. So, misread that one.
I have to say it was a lovely, lovely lecture. Could we continue our interview in, somewhere casual?
Yes, of course. There are many very nice public places around here that we could communicate. Say, open field, cafeteria,
Open
where there are many people
fields.
around.
Most
Yes,
of the
a
open
very nice,
fields
natural
in
area.
Webport have kind of been, construction, more people, limited space. So
Forgive
it's
me,
funny
I
that you
remember
say
in my
open
younger
fields.
days.
I feel like the only open fields would maybe be in the below. What, are you thinking about the below, sir?
My apologies, my mind is still on the lecture, very
Of
much.
course, of
still.
course. No, I understand. Sorry, I'm just making a joke. A joke. I
Yes.
heard.
In his head, he's still screaming.
I heard that your the university's cafeteria has fantastic lemon meringue pie, so we could conduct our interview there if you perhaps wanted to treat me to some.
Yes, yes, of course. Cafeteria, plenty of people. Yes, very, very nice. That will work perfectly. Yes. Of course.
Perfect. I knew you would say yes, so I already scheduled my novice hands to meet me there. Wonderful.
Oh, good. More. The more the merrier. Of course. More the merrier.
Yes, I only conduct interviews when my interviewee is outnumbered. It really makes them sweat, so they tell me all of their secrets and hope that I and Casey forgive them. Sorry.
He's very quiet and again screaming a lot.
She starts laughing again. I'm very excited to do this interview. I've never done a history professor before. I've done, bookshop owners, even bakers. I try to do bakers as much as possible. They always give me free pie. That's great. But never a history professor. So I'm very honored for you to be my first.
Well, I am grateful for the opportunity. You'll find history professors to be very knowledgeable about trivia facts. We do great things in trivia games. I'm happy to help with anything I possibly can.
Can you walk and talk at the same time? I have a schedule.
Oh, of course. And he collects his bag, his glasses, and his little pointer stick, which he kind of retracts and kind of keeps near, like very, very near him, as he starts to walk out.
Do you have any notes you want to take with you?
Yes, of course. And he collects all his notes off of the desk, gets them in his bag.
Oh, it doesn't seem like you have a lot on your desk. You could probably take it all with you in case I have to fire you. It's transfer you to hard labor, I mean. I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's go. I'm joking.
You are
Maybe.
a comedian. Are you sure you're an inspector and not a comedian?
I
This is funny.
considered making that career choice. I really did, but Casey called me. What can I say?
Yep. What can I say? What in the world can I say? What can I say?
Yeah, what can you say? Did Casey call you to this profession as well?
Yes, of course, and there are many documented records proving that fact. I've always had a love of history.
I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I mean, doesn't everyone get a personalized sign from Casey of the, what we should pursue in our life? What was yours?
I personally believe mine was other than the academic test we took and said this would be my career. I believe that my sign, my calling, was just my natural intrigue into history and wanting to learn about the great mysteries of our past. All in the name of Pythia, of course.
Casey didn't make a history book fall out of a bookshelf and land at your feet in a library or something? That's more her style, not...
She very well may have, but when I'm researching, I'm focused on it. Unless the book landed on my head, I don't know if I would have
So
even
you think
noticed it.
you're oblivious to the signs of Casey in your daily life? She, is pulling out a notepad and making a note as you guys are walking.
He's just quiet for a moment as, the screaming in his head gets louder. No, of course not. I'm so dedicated to this path I have been set on that I feel, I feel like I was put here to do this one thing, and I will give my all for it. And that is what I'm focused in and dedicated to, all in the name of Kefia and understanding.
So you do notice Casey in your day-to-day life. Her blessings upon you?
Of course, my research, my job, which I love my job. I very, very much love being employed where I am here and not in hard labor. These are all blessings that I appreciate every single day.
I see. So Aika, at this point, you have arrived on the campus, and you see the professor that Bronwyn was talking to you about, talking to this woman. You know, she looks a bit old to be a student, but they
Can I
seem to be
tell what's
walking.
going on?
The professor seems very uncomfortable. Do you have any, any tics or anything that show off when you're feeling uncomfortable or nervous, Professor?
Just being a bit twitchy in general.
Do you like
Very like
gesticulate
stiff responses.
a
Type
bit?
Of thing,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. He's walking very stiff. Keeps
If
like
I see Aika like walking toward us, if I recognize her in time, I'm gonna try to like hand gesture, like move along. Like this is bad. Keep walking. Pretend you don't know me.
no, I don't think you noticed Aika. Aika's kind of behind you guys. But can tell who you are.
He's kind of like, "Ugh," and like, we'll just keep a fair distance. Use my cat hearing to listen in if I can.
All right. Go ahead and make an active perception check.
You said perception?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Man, you guys
First
do
nat one of the
not.
campaign.
You guys are not rolling well today. Don't worry, it'll come
Cheers.
back around. Oh my goodness.
You said at least there's not been any nat ones, and here I am.
Alright, so Aika, as you're listening in, you actually fail to hear any of what is being said since a group of 3 almost are approaching from behind you, and you can just hear their lovely conversation, too loud to be able to hear the professor and Lorena. So what are the 3 of you talking about right now? Izagon, Indigo, and Keel.
Izagon, I know you're a great person, and I know you have to work, but you should come up with us, have a lunch. I feel like we can be very good friends.
Yeah, I mean it's
I mean, take the time off work, Hanzo Casio. We can easily just call
you
it
can
in.
get me out of my shift?
Just for a little bit. You'll obviously have to go
Ooh,
back
yes,
later and make
please.
that
That
up
one.
later. But
Yeah, let's go.
just have lunch with
Let's
us.
grab a sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to talk to my manager though, and she's.
Oh, we'll clear it for you. No need to worry.
Yeah, we got this one.
call-
We'll it's been a rough
Yeah.
morning for you. We could probably handle this.
Oh, just so rough. Yeah.
No
thank you.
worries. You're a great person, and we really care a lot for the plight of your family. You were telling us about that, and it's quite sad. I can't believe your mother's sick like that. But we'll definitely take care of you, at least for today.
I very appreciate it. If you the whole day though, could you put in the word for just
I mean, that
the rest
depends how
of
it
the
goes.
day?
If you're friends with us and we can get along better, yeah, of course, we'll take care of you the whole day. You need it. You need a break from taking care of your sick mother like that.
I absolutely do. Thank you. I would stay away from the lemon meringue pie though.
Lemon meringue pie. Why?
What's wrong with
Is
the
there
lemon
something wrong with
meringue
it?
pie?
I'm not. Sometimes
All
it's
right.
old.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I hope that is not too much of a problem. Kiel. The lemon meringue pie is not good here.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions?
Do you have any suggestions for other pies or treats that
Oh, you like
have
sweet
been
things?
baked? It makes her more amenable, you know? She gets happier when she has sweet things.
There's there's a nice brownie with some I think peanut butter or cashew butter, or is one of those fancy
Brownie.
butters on top of it.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, we'll get that here. Gil, you want to go get that right now? Just I know we're a little late. Tammy, she kind of held us up with that whole, getting
So-
those tots.
As you guys are so wrapped up in your dessert talk and, friendship talk, you almost, Keel, since you were in the middle currently, you
Yeah.
almost ram right into the back of a very tall Leonin.
So, Izagon, how tall are you?
I'm about 5'10".
Okay, about the same height.
How tall is
tall is-
Aika?
7'4".
That's pretty tall.
That's real tall. That's
Being a
pushing
Leonid.
Andre the Giant tall.
Yeah, I'm rather large. Did I recognize Indigo's voice as I was, for some reason, entranced in their conversation?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Of course you do.
Probably why I stopped.
Seeing a
Mhm.
large Leonid, I take a step back and I unsling my shield. Not the axe, just the shield.
And I turn around and I see Indigo, and I'm like, Indigo, it's great to see you. And I am gonna approach specifically him.
That's the why I took off my shield. I put it in between us.
You don't have to be like that.
Just
I know it's-
casually blocking him.
I know it's been a while, but come on.
Alright, Izagon, you know when I was talking about the sons that don't take care of the mothers, like you and I, we're good at that. We take care of our
Oh,
mothers.
not this
but,
again.
Is
y-
this a bad son?
Brother. This is my brother. Or was my brother. Not my
Is your
anymore.
brother?
Not
you,
my brother anymore.
You can't. Did you fire your brother? What? How do you do that?
It's more of like bonds of family are made and forged and not just there. You have to work for them. Like Keel, I pat Keel on the shoulder. This is my brother. Not this man.
So you pick Keel over,
Sure.
over this cat.
This large cat.
Got it.
Even though we had the same mother and we grew up together.
I mean, we had the same mother. We don't have the same mother anymore.
Did your mother change? Did you get a new mother? What's the?
It's just I don't classify him as my mother's son. Kind of
The-
just left,
Indigo is
Little
still
salty.
mad about me going
Little
to
salty.
off to college without him.
I mean, I tried, but take a look at my face and tell me that I'm getting into college, and nah, it's not working.
Oh, you wanted to go to college, but I see. We were
Yeah.
a slower brother.
Just, that's quite rude. What did you say?
I'm just working with what you're giving me, man.
Aika laughs.
Alright.
Like,
Alright. Alright, well,
Another
we
word
have to
for
talk
it.
with our superior, Aika. I will. Maybe see you later. Maybe.
no need to run
You
off
gotta
so
decide
soon.
to come home. I'm gonna look around and try to find a colleague and superior in this mass of people. Just trying to peer over Aika's shoulder because it seemed like he was following somebody first, and just looking around.
Yeah.
Tell me,
so-
what are you here for?
So as Aika continues to question Indigo, Indigo, you glance around and you're able to easily pick out where your superior Lorena is just beginning to sit down with Professor as she looks down at the two boys who have been using this table just to eat their lunch like normal people. She kicks them off of it and she sits down with Professor.
Keel, could you go get a brownie? Just
Yeah,
go buy a
yeah.
little bit sooner.
Sure. I'll go run and pick up some food.
Right, Izagon, it looks like we're taking up that table over there. You want to come with me, or you want to go get that brownie? I'm about to go over
I
there.
would rather
So,
not
check-
go if you're giving me the day off somehow. I'd rather not go over there and
No, you have to go with us.
see. Yeah, I'll come with you. Let's go. Let's.
Yeah, right.
Does this cat come? Are you
Wonderful.
coming with? Ika. I'm Izagon, and I will hold out my hand up almost vertically to this giant cat.
I'll shake your hand, and my hand is probably like massive compared to yours, so it like takes up the whole thing of your hand as I shake your hand. I'm Micah.
Yeah. I'm Izagon. You can call me Iz. Mighty grip there. Thanks for being gentle.
Have I seen you around here before?
Probably served you some pigeon nuggets or something.
Oh,
And then I gesture to my clothes, which are like mundane kind of worker clothes.
I get it. You work in the cafeteria, so I have seen you before.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. It's my calling, apparently.
Well, if you'd like me to join you, I'm not gonna say no. Especially 'cause it looks like
I mean,
the person
do you
I'm
want
here
him
for.
to join us? Do you want him to join us? I mean, you don't have to join us.
The person I'm here for looks taken anyways. So I've got
brothers,
a bit.
have a brownie.
Right. I shout over the crowd. Keel, get like 3 brownies or something.
Alright, is Keel waiting in the line, or is he?
I'll ask for a tray.
They're just trays, stacked up on the side.
Yeah, I'll just see how long's the line.
It's pretty long for the dessert table.
All right, boys. It doesn't look like this brownie's happening anytime soon.
Keel, I swear to Cassia, if you don't get a brownie.
Can't you just budge
Yeah,
the line
I mean,
a little bit?
your hands of Cassia. These people, they love Cassia, and they would be happy to.
Yeah, I'll go and try to like squeeze to the front of the line. Official hands of Cassia business. This is important. And then I'll like try to discreetly ask for just like a tray of brownies for me and my colleagues over there.
All right. So you budge. People say, "Oh, come on, man!" I know they're assorted. Small insults are thrown at you, but eventually you get your 3 brownies. 3 brownies.
I'll try to grab 3, 5, somewhere
All right, so you just
grab as many as I can. Yeah.
You just pick up the brownie plate and tilt about half of the brownies left on it onto your plate, and more people groan and complain about you. Even the woman who's setting up these bakery items, she just kind of narrows her eyes at you, and she seems to judge, even though she does not say a word. Next to these brownies, you do see the lemon meringue pie, and you see, half of it seems to be a different color. Like, it has almost some kind of tinge to it, the other half of it. And it you kind of, the smell of odd lemons, it just kind of hits you, and it's not pleasant. Seems wrong.
Yikes. Iz was right to just avoid this one. I'll
But
just kind of
brownies
look
acquired.
around. Yeah, I'll kind of look around and I'll just be like, give a really apologetic look, like, sorry, and just kind of speed walk away, get away from the
Without
awkward
you
situation.
looking. And you can't tell really where it came from, but you feel like someone's hands push you. And you stumble a bit, but dex save? Or strength save, actually. Strength save, please.
Oh,
Oh my god,
yes!
what is up
I
with you
love
guys?
it.
God.
What is this?
Why?
Oh my goodness.
It's wonderful.
It's a good day.
This
is
is
a
a good day. No one has rolled
You have not rolled
anything.
above a 5. Rolled 2 now.
All right. So, Keel, as
This
you're
is
holding this plate
wonderful.
of brownies, you get shoved by someone, and much like Izagon earlier, fall flat on your face, the brownies being smushed under your weight.
All right. You know what? You think I can turn around to see if see if I can spot anyone that might look like they were ready to shove hands of Cassia?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make an insight check as you get up and spin around and look at the group of college students just kind of glaring at you. Some laughing. You know, some laughing at you quite happily now after watching you take that fall.
I tell that he's getting mad.
Yikes. All right.
You, anyone who's interested can probably hear the sounds of laughter and look at what's happening. So you really have no idea who could have shoved you. There is one person who's not laughing. She's just kind of watching you, and maybe it was her, maybe it's one of the people laughing. That's really all you've got to go on.
All right. I guess
There's
I
like
will.
5 rolls in a row. All 4 threes.
All right. I guess I'll stand up and like clean myself off a bit and turn around to this, crowd of college age students and give them the nastiest glare I can muster.
The girl who wasn't laughing, she kind of, her finger reaches out, and you hear her speak speak something, seems, perhaps infernalish, and she, prestidigitations the brownie muck off of your chest and then takes her finger away without saying another word.
Thanks, Miss.
She's holding a plate with a single brownie on it, and that she had just finished getting through the line and was still kind of in the mob, but she holds it out to you. Just go.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Thanks for not being like the rest of these college kids here.
As
I'll
soon
just-
as you put your hand on the plate, she lets go of it, turns around, and walks away without letting you finish your sentence. She just her very black hair, the bob just kind of like moves with the rest of her as she just makes even steps and walks away.
Great. I guess I will take my now singular brownie, turn around to the group, give them one last very nasty glare in hopes to get them to stop laughing and head back to where the rest of the crew is.
I'm scared to ask, but do you want to make an intimidation check with disadvantage?
With disadvantage. You know what? I will.
This is the time for double nat 20.
Okay, look at that. I can do it.
Hey, that actually, is that the first successful roll of the campaign? I think so. Yeah, so as you glare at them, they kind of like simmer down, almost as if they're remembering that you are in fact a hand of Cassia, and they probably should respect you just a little bit, unless they want to be transferred to hard labor or something like that. And they simmer down, someone almost like yells, "Hey, shut up!" And they return to just getting their desserts, and you head back to the table.
Does their ire seem directed at the brownie or the fact that they're hands of Cassia?
The fact that they're hands of Cassia.
Well, that's great.
They're
Alright,
they're college rebels. What can I say?
Yeah, sounds about right. I
Mhm.
guess I'll just take the one singular brownie that I now have, and I don't know. They'll get to split it very nicely among all of us.
Yeah, as you approach the table, Lorena, who is still questioning the professor, just lifts her hand up and waits for you to set the plate in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, set the plate down.
Yeah, she takes it, brings it close to herself and sets it on the table. And it's pretty clear that she's just going to have the entire brownie. So she does look down at it in kind of disgust. What is this?
Don't question her. I say whisper out of the side of my mouth. Don't question her. That's a brownie. It appears that the lemon meringue pie. That I know you do so love it, but
I heard that the lemon meringue pie was fantastic in this cafeteria.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's wonderful.
no, it's not. It's really isn't.
That is why I
shut up,
volunteered
Um,
here
it-
to interview this man.
I know. Look, I'm sorry, but I've heard that it was a little bit old.
Then have
But
them make a fresh one immediately, Indigo. Have you learned
Right.
nothing working under me?
I wouldn't. Right.
It would
Yeah.
make
Do I have
Casey
any-
very
do I have any
happy
sort of-
if we had a fresh lemon meringue pie with us
Do I have any sort
right
of
now.
badge on me or something? Like something that designates Hands of Cassia?
No, unfortunately, you are not high enough rank to have her hand tattooed on your arm yet.
Or not even a tattoo. Is there like a tabard or like some sort of cloth thing that definitely like
You have
says,
a
don't mess with her.
you have a cloth thing like that you have a leather bit on the inside of your shield, and then there's a hand of Cassia that's a patch that has been stitched into it. But that is about it.
Right. Well, Isgon, I take my shield off and I look at Aika very sadly and like I know I'm gonna have to do this because if I don't do this, we're all going to die. I give the shield to Isgon and say, just show that symbol. Get them to make a new lemon meringue pie. I don't care what's going on. I need you to do this
I'm
very
not
badly.
a hand of Cassia at all. I
Yes,
work
but
in the.
this symbol shows that you are at least trusted for the time being by one. Please.
Or that I mugged one of you and took your shield, I guess.
That never happens here. Don't even worry about it.
How heavy is this shield?
Shields are about 10 pounds, I believe.
Cool.
Am I at the
My
table with
shield's
them?
pretty big.
Yep.
So I'm just like sitting there awkwardly right now.
Mhm.
That's what I'm doing.
As Lorena, makes those remarks at Indigo and Keel. But before that, she was continuing to interview the professor, just like jotting down little notes as you see him still sweating under her scrutiny.
God, I swear to Cassia, if you don't do this, we are all going to die.
Why
You
am
want-
I the one that's doing this?
Because this is my superior, and she'll get mad at me if I'm not here. And Keel's the same, and I'm sorry to say, but
I can hear you, Indigo.
yes, I know. But like this man is getting you a fresh lemon meringue
This
pie.
is
so you
very
should be thankful.
unprofessional. I'll have to mark
Right.
off.
Would you like a
Okay.
whole meringue pie or just a slice?
The whole thing, please.
The whole
she
thing.
smiles
All
like
right.
overly sweet at you.
I
I
kind of
smile equally
Isn't she
sweet
lovely?
back at this.
I smirk
Lovely
at
indeed.
Indigo as Lorena degrades
I'm
him
going
in
to
front of everyone.
Is Aika sitting and shorter?
Huh?
Is Aika sitting down?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So now that I'm about eye level with Aika, I'm just gonna stare at him, and you see like kind of angry or anger rising in him, and his eyes flicker with like some sort of electricity or something. As I just stare at you and push the shield into the arms of Isagon.
I smile.
Alright.
Can I give you a thumbs up? very
Uh,
very, very wholesomely.
All right, I kind of turn away and I say, "All right, well, we're back from our patrol," and I give a salute to
Lovely.
our lovely superior, Marina.
Watch me interview this man and see if he crumbles. That's
Right.
Isn't that right, Professor? But I don't think you'll crumble, right? You have nothing to hide.
Oh no, of course not. I will of course leave that for the pastries and the pies. And
Oh,
while
you're
I'm,
right.
like,
I hope they have crumble topping. The crumble topping
While
does
I'm, like-
not belong on a lemon meringue pie. That'd be ridiculous. But maybe we should have them make some pumpkin apple or
I
just
shout at Isabel, "Crumble topping!"
I'll crumble top some of this case. God darn it, Casey, you dweebs.
and this
want
is
me
how
to
I
make-
subtly tell the world I don't know how to bake. But while I'm doing that very long, like awkward laugh, I communicate telepathically, which I can do, which is neat within 30 feet,
Mhm.
to Aika, and I just say, "I'm not sure why you're here. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. They are investigating me. Do not become implicated in anything that's happening. Find an excuse. Get out." Not like
I
an angry get out, but like a take care of yourself sort of thing. Get out.
I
Mhm.
nod. Am I able? I'm not able to talk back. I'm not able to talk back to you telepathically, am I? Only you. It's a one-way thing.
Actually, not sure. Let me read that.
I believe it's one way, but you can double
I
check.
think it is one way.
Mm-hmm.
If I was
But
doing the cantrip, I think it's back and forth, but this is
Mhm.
just both wise halfling.
yep.
Yeah, I'll pull out my book, which is technically my spell book, and I'll scoot a little bit away from what they're doing, still in earshot, and hopefully not too weirdly scooting away to create suspicion or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna scoot away and start like reading my book as if I'm going through notes.
Yeah. So you scoot away, and like since you're scooting away with a chair that was, part of this table, Lorena like kind of glances at you, but then she immediately zeroes back in on the professor. Right. So you were telling me about your usual curriculum. How many lessons are dedicated to, the history of Worship Cassia and how we figured out the best way to honor her when we transitioned into the 2 prayers a day system. We used to only do 1 a day. I'm sure that's in your curriculum. But when
Yes, of course.
the quakes, of course, as you know, happened, we transitioned to 2, though we had to find the heretic for her to stop quaking us. Obviously, that is all in your curriculum, right?
Yes, of course. Any event that is of recent or ancient history, I have included in my curriculum, as well as, of course, incorporating all of the notes I am given graciously by the hands of Cassia to make sure their education is fully well-rounded.
Mhm.
Can I try to get like a read on them to know like how to direct this conversation to better me?
Yeah.
Kind of like try to see
What
if
kind of read, though?
just see like is this a very long trap? Do they have like hard evidence on me? Is this just a basic investigation and I not investigation, like check in and I just have to go through the motions and not do anything stupid? I want to like kind of get a read on the situation because
You can
it's
try an
feeling pretty
insight
intense.
check and like look at the notes, and she'll like try and glance over at the notes she's taking on you and the like.
Neat. Okay. Insight. Are you kidding me? Oh,
A
Okay.
19, nice.
okay, but you have to know, I rolled a 1, and I'm a halfling, so I immediately re-rolled it. But I
Oh, that's
wanted to be
fine.
known. I continued the
That's
tradition.
funny though.
Yes.
That's definitely hilarious. All right, so, so yeah, you like look her up and down, and at first you are terrified, absolutely terrified, because this questioning seems very strange. But then you think more on it and look at how she treats Indigo and Keel, and you think that she could just be deriving pleasure from her job. And they might not have anything on you after all.
Okay, so less targeted, more just enjoying watching a random stranger sweat.
Yes.
Neat. Okay, he'd immediately kind of like take a moment, take a breath, assess the situation, and then just continue to try to answer questions that have a grain of truth in them, but not like go too far into detail.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Things like, yes, we try to, I use all, of course, official and sourced material. I also leave notes of what books in the library these students can look into for further reading. All, of course, have been pre-approved by the Hands of Cassia.
Of course, as is standard. What do you do in your free time, Professor?
Quite frankly, this job is my life. In my free time, I'm researching. I am working on further lectures. I have office hours, of course, in case anyone wants to come by, ask questions. I apologize. Today was not a very active class. You probably didn't see us at our best. A number of them were.
Oh no, I found it very
asleep, but-
fascinating.
Oh, thank you. That does mean a lot to me. But yes, for the more engaged and awake students, we have office hours. I try to do a little extra research, work on future lectures, and see if I can possibly discover anything to further our knowledge of our home and the worship of Cassia and all that entails.
Of course, of course. So, I'm going to have to ask you an so awkward question in just a moment. Sorry, where is my pie, Indigo?
I
On the way, miss.
So-
On the way.
I would have walked over, sort of using the shield to sort of budge through the line,
Mm-hmm.
and I will wait until a moment where it doesn't look like this Lorena is paying attention to me, and I will take the pie that is already on the untouched, half-off lemon meringue pie
Mm-hmm.
on the table, and I will try to bring that back.
All right. So you bring the pie back and walk over to the table.
Mhm.
Indigo, you did not see the pie before, so you're not able to recognize that this is the same pie from the display. But Keel, as Izagon approaches the table, I'm sure he was kind of hiding it with his body beforehand. So Izagon, do you want to try and make a sleight of hand check real quick?
I would love to.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
21.
All right. So, Keel, you do not notice that this is the pie from the display until it is on the table and you see it at the same time as Lorena, as she finally she smiles back at Izagon with that still overly sweet smile and says, "Finally, thank you," and takes the. She pulls up her bag that was, just on her shoulder and takes out a fork that she uncollapses and sets up. A customized one, has a few gems in the handle, and seems
Fancy.
I only eat my pies with the best utensils.
You have
Indigo
you
is
have a fork just for
standing
pies?
So stiff
Do
this
I-
moment, just stiff as a rod.
Do I know that it's the bad pie? Because, did I hear them talking about it? Because I'm trying.
You
I guess
also-
trying to pay attention.
Yeah, you also went to school here, so you have heard about the lemon meringue pie. Basically, the joke is that the lemon meringue pie is awful, but to basically, if you do not like someone, you'll tell them, "Oh my God, you should try the lemon meringue pie here. It's amazing." So that is perhaps how she heard about it. And she is about to try some.
Far away am I? Would you say? Probably not too far, right?
You scooted your chair away, but I don't think you could scoot that far. So you're probably still like 7 feet away from the
Okay.
table.
I'd
It-
like to flick my wrist and cast prestidigitation on the pie and flavor it to be a better lemon meringue pie,
All right.
just in case.
Yeah,
We're
so the pie doesn't change at all. But perhaps out of the corner of your eye you can see Aika do something. But maybe you assume that he's just still writing in his book.
Hugo was not even glancing anywhere. He's just staring at Salute and just
But the
like,
pie
"Oh
does
God,
not
oh
visually
God, what's gonna
change
happen?"
at all. As she, takes a bit out of it. Making sure to get some crust and some of the pie filling at the same time. And pops it into her mouth. And she immediately seems very pleased with herself. I heard it was good, but this is probably one of the best ones I've had. She smiles warmly at all of you. Her smile seems much more genuine now, and as you Indigo and Keel would know, she gets very, very happy whenever she has her lemon meringue pie.
Hugo hasn't been breathing for the past 2 minutes, and he's just gonna take a big breath at this moment. Just a, oh my God.
Just a sigh of relief. We're
Just like a
safe.
suffocating, and I'm just gonna look at Izagon, and I'm just gonna give a small thumbs up.
So that means you won't be needing that brownie, right, miss?
Oh no, I hate brownies. It's all yours. She
Oh, great.
happily slides it towards you, still grinning, and have some more of the pie. How can you remind me how long prestidigitation lasts?
1 hour.
1 hour. Got it. So, okay, the pie will probably be gone by then. But yeah, she will continue eating it and continue to question the professor. Though, Professor, you notice immediately that the questions are much less hard. And her jokes are actually jokes this time. Oh, I
Professors-
imagine it must be very annoying when students fall asleep during your lectures, but you can fall asleep while grading their exams then, right? Fair's fair.
Yes, fair, fair. I try not to, but it is always an option, and it's always nice to know I have that option. He's definitely a lot calmer now because when this started, he was sure that they're onto him. That, like, they had like hard proof or something. Now he's just kind of winding down, and he's gonna try to use this to his advantage, kind of like get a good word in with them so that they won't be suspicious of him for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing everything he can to kind of like read the room, give the right answer, kind of keep everyone like happy, upbeat attitude, that sort of thing.
I have to admit that this is not. The only reason I'm here is not to have this interview. There's actually another job opportunity that I'm supposed to talk to you about.
And
I
what
understand
exactly
that
would be?
you love your job very much, but your
do.
skills
I
are
really do.
are very excellent and hard to find in our society. So we would love to try you out in another position.
And what exactly would this potential position be, Chance?
Well, I'm not supposed to say it's in front of civilians, but I suppose, how could anyone who brought me this lovely pie be any kind of... She just grinning at Izagon. So, the position is, well, you do know, I'm sure, I could tell by your lecture. Sorry, I was being very, very rude asking you those questions in front of your students, but it pertains to the new job opportunity, you see. So, you, I'm sure, know, as someone who has studied history, or, noticed, perhaps, that our history is perhaps not very complete. Yes? She's waiting for
I
you to
have
nod.
noticed various gaps in
Yes,
the
yes.
stones that I found.
Gaps, exactly. And we don't think it is necessary to muddle our history textbooks with such, unnecessary facts. We like to keep it simple, basic. Making our history more complicated would just make the placement exam more difficult, correct? And that would not be good for anyone. Who wants to be placed in hard labor,
No one I can think of.
Exactly. But they are very necessary for our society to stay the way it is. So we thank them. And we thank Kaisia for placing those necessary people in those necessary roles, right? Anyway. So, we are hoping to elect one scholar to find out for our own record keeping what's actually happened.
And you were considering me for this position?
Of course. Who else? Really, who else? We could not think of anyone else.
I glance over for a second.
I'm honored for this opportunity. Do I have time to consider the options? This is a big moment, after all.
Well, I assume that your interests in these kinds of topics are, Kasia telling you the path that your life should take, so declining this offer would be declining Kasia's help in your life. But I suppose you could think about it.
Can I, at this moment, can Indigo, have a bolt of his, just travel down from his eyes, a, electric glimmer, and have it walk around the table and put his hand on the shoulder of the professor and infuse him with a bit of Cassia's guidance so he may choose his decision in the best way possible?
Sure.
Alright, you've been guidanced. Then I walk back around and stand stiff and a little more relaxed, but am still pretty tense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The professor's taking a moment to think because, on the one hand, he is going to be doing what he's always loved and wanted, just researching and trying to find out the true history. On the other hand, he knows that once he finds it, there's a decent chance that they're going to kind of gloss over it. So, best opportunity of a lifetime, but also he'll then kind of have the job that he has been kind of working against, which is like misinformation sort of thing. So he's pretty sure he's going to take it, but he's kind of grappling with that moment of oh, this is going to be a new thing I've got to try to get through. Yes, I greatly appreciate this offer. When should I have an answer for you ready? I believe I already know the right answer. I just want to make sure I have everything proper on paper.
Well, the end of the day, it's lunchtime now, so that gives you approximately 4 hours.
Okay. I can do that. And out of curiosity, would this be a full-time position, or would I be continuing as a professor and then doing this work for you all as, say, a consultant?
You'll be staying in the temple of Kaisia with the rest of the Hands of Kaisia and likely not permitted to leave until without, escort for probably the rest of your life.
Oh, wonderful. Protection.
Of course. I also need to make sure that you don't tell any other citizens about what you've learned. But, you already knew not to do that.
Oh, perish the thought. Perish it. Okay. Yes, well, I will, of course, think long and hard over this, and I will get back
Actually,
to you.
how about you decide right now while I finish my pie? We can just sit here.
The internal screaming is back. I would be honored for this opportunity to work for the betterment of the hands of Cassia and for Cassia's will. It's like big, like holding a grin, like trying to look happy. It's like
Oh,
really trying to focus on the
lovely.
positives right now.
Perfect. Perfect. You'll start tomorrow then?
Oh, I didn't realize it'd be so. I had a quiz prepared for my students, and they're only partway through the semester.
Oh, so you'd like to finish out the semester then?
Well, I'm not saying a particular like or dislike or say, difficulty on my behalf. I'm just thinking of, the students and, the difficulty of finding them a new professor, and I don't want to interrupt education. I'm not, of course, in any way refusing. Just, thinking maybe some time or asking how we would go about this.
How about, to aid in your decision, we take a tour of the Acacia grounds? You would be spending most of your time
be
there,
wonderful.
and you may bring whoever you'd like to accompany you. Indigo, who are these people? She includes
I look
Aika
away.
in that.
Alright. This person is useless. I'm pointing to Aika. No need to include them. Not at all. However, this man over here, and I'm going to point to Isgan. Hey, can I have my shield back, by the way?
This is a great shield, man. I don't know. Can I hold on to it for a little longer?
Sure. Anyway, he'll be carrying my shield for me.
I
He's a
stand
great
up.
man. I feel like he's very important to this whole community, and I feel like the common folk should really be given a chance to understand what greatness they're aspiring for.
Common folk. All right.
Yeah, I walk over to Indigo and I place both my hands on her shoulder and smile at the lady.
Aw.
And I'm like,
I
I'm Indigo's
remember
brother,
you.
Aika.
I remember you. I'm supposed to inspect your place tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Sorry about the late response.
We thought
My
that you died.
my partner might as well have. He hasn't left in about 2 months.
Is that a healthy work environment for him? Or should we transfer him and give you another partner?
He says that it's
She
very
flips her
therapeutic
notebook
for
to
him.
another page and starts writing down notes.
Yeah, he says it's very therapeutic for him, so I think he enjoys himself, and I quite enjoy the
But
progress
is
he
it
makes.
therapeutic in an actual way or in a delusional way that he tells himself?
I think it's an actual way.
I
And plus,
see.
if I had anyone else, I'm sure I wouldn't have gotten as far on my research.
I see. And how's your timeline going? Are you
It's
ahead?
going. Actually,
Because
I
if
am
you're
ahead.
on schedule, you're behind. And if you're ahead of schedule, you're on schedule.
I'm actually quite ahead. He's making quite a few changes, but they're all for the betterment of the research, of course.
I see. Thank you. We'll have to talk more about it tomorrow. I've been wondering, your project is quite large. Are you sure you wouldn't want to transfer the work on it to our campus?
I think it's best to keep it where it is for the sole fact that it's very, very big and would require just about the whole house to be brought up with it.
here. We can do that, just to be clear. But how about you come on this, little tour, and we'll see if you would like the work environment we could provide you more than the one in your friend's basement.
Of course, I'd be glad to show up, and I'd be glad to spend a bit more time with this guy. And I shake Indigo a bit.
Indigo is just like being just jostled around, and he's still like tense. We're not out of the clear yet. There is still a lot of pressure riding on this, and things can go very poorly. So he's not helping the situation, but he's just tense.
Yeah,
So you two
there's
are related.
No.
yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes, we are. Don't let him tell you otherwise. He's just being funny.
Lorena, we have a complicated history. Remember when I first came and how much of a workaholic I was? Well, it was like to prove myself, that I can actually do something, and well, I turned out pretty good. But not too pleased with.
Keel was
The
always the
reason
better worker than you. You just talk more, but sure.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Sounds
I
like
see she
him.
knows who works better.
The only
Right.
reason Indigo receives more praise is because he asks for it himself. It's very off-putting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it's charming.
Yeah,
That
this
makes
man,
one of
I
us.
like him. I like him. He's a friend now. And your friend. I'll come visit you more, have lunch. And by this, you would probably having lunch is not working.
Right, so Lorena will, just scoop up her pie and just begin still eating it as you guys begin. She just begins to walk out of the cafeteria, looking back
She's
to see
just
if you guys are
crushing this whole
following.
pie.
Oh yeah.
She's just sitting there crushing a whole lemon meringue pie.
Mhm.
I am impressed.
I am also impressed.
Huh. Thank you, Aaron, for the reminder to hydrate. I haven't had water this entire time.
Oh yeah.
You guys should have water too, SMH.
I have water.
Good.
I have water.
Stay hydrated.
Same.
I'm
Well,
getting
I have
water.
coffee.
Gross. I'm really not into coffee.
I've never had coffee.
You wait a minute. We'll talk
I'm
about
not-
that later.
The only coffee I've tried is like one time someone tried. I said they knew I had never had coffee, so they got me to try their Starbucks drink, but wasn't really into it. And I definitely don't like coffee flavored like candy and stuff. So I don't know.
Same. First time I ever tried coffee, I
Anyways.
was a kid. I just
Mm-hmm.
poured a bunch of instant coffee into a cup, added some water, drank that, and then never wanted to try coffee again.
Is she expecting us to follow her, or
Yeah,
is she
very
just leaving?
clearly.
And
I'm-
I'm carrying Indigo's shield officially.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It seems that's what's going on. Indigo kind of like sometimes will like reach over to go and touch his shield on his back, and then be like, "Oh wait, no, I don't have it," and then
Uh,
give furtive glances over at his shield before not mentioning it because Lorena's here and he's tense, as we had established.
So Indigo's sitting down and I'm behind him, right?
No. I believe that you guys are all getting up and you're going to be walking with Lorena towards the Acacia campus. All right.
I will go with them.
All right.
This is more interesting than working in a cafeteria, so I'm definitely going to carry this shield
Yeah,
for the
look.
common folk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all of you follow Lorena as she continues to just take like a machine, really. Just bite after bite of this lemon meringue pie. She'll eventually, when you guys are probably about halfway to the direct center of Webport, where the Temple to Cassia is, and the rest of the Cassia campus. She about halfway turns to Izagon again and says, "This is very good. What is your secret?"
Oh, my personal secret is to do what the Hands of Cassia asked me to do. And he asked for a pie, so I delivered you a pie. I didn't make it myself, but I think you get a little hint of cinnamon in there.
Cinnamon and lemon.
So yeah, you wouldn't think it's good. And then just the barest whisper of garlic, actually.
Garlic.
Yeah. Not much, just enough to make you think about it. Just a more complex flavor profile.
You know vampires aren't real, right?
Oh, I wasn't accusing
Are you
you of being a vampire.
superstitious?
Absolutely, but
Really? Why are you superstitious?
because it adds a level of narrative to random events. You know what I mean? Like, oh, curses on I had stubbed my toe. Like it's a bad luck now. It's just like easier to blame, bad
So
luck
you
on.
think a vampire made you stub your toe?
No, hold on. No, I think that you enjoy your pie, and I'm telling you that there's a little bit of garlic in your pie. Just a little bit.
To ward off vampires.
No,
you
not
put
to-
garlic in your food so that your breath stops garlic from no, you put garlic in your food to stop vampires from attacking you, correct?
I did not make the executive decision to put garlic in this particular pie.
So
I
your
don't think-
superior is afraid of vampires.
Yes, she is.
She does not
Susan
think that
Susan is
Cassia
terrified of
erased
vampires.
all vampires, if they ever did exist, from existence in order to protect us.
No, she definitely believes in Cassia and that Cassia.
I don't think that's what you told me. I think you told me that I
Lorena.
should investigate your superior.
Yes,
Lorena.
you should actually. Yeah, she's totally. Don't mention my name though if you investigate.
Of
her,
course not.
but-
Of course
great.
not.
Lorena,
Only
what is a
anonymous
vampire?
tips. Yes, Indigo.
What's a vampire?
An old story to
Right.
scare children.
I'll shut up now.
I'm
give-
glad you liked your pie. You're doing a great job.
I give a knowing look to the professor. Weirdly, that Indigo doesn't know what a vampire is.
Probably went
I-
over it. Did not stick.
Like I give a look that we're smarter than everyone else.
It's fine.
I
Like,
use the telepathy to respond back, saying, I distinctly remember giving a lecture where I mentioned stories of vampires and their historical significance. I also distinctly remember his eyes glazing over.
like he laughs a bit and just nods. Seems normal for Indigo.
All right. So with that, you guys end up finally arriving. And at the gates, there are obviously people checking you guys. Does anyone want to try and conceal something as these other Hands of Cassia at the gates are patting you down?
I have the professor has his little pointer stick that collapses. He's
Mhm.
keeping that with him and just passes off. I was like, oh, I use it to point to the board, show particular areas of maps, things like that.
Makes
I've got
sense.
is
Like
my
pass it
book.
off as very mundane.
All I've got is my book and the clothes on my back.
Right, so
Ooh.
they pat your pockets, and there's a spherical thing in one of your pockets,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they take. What the heck is that? Is that a bomb?
Oh no, that's just a mind puzzle my friend made for me. You can keep it here if you'd like. I'll be back out soon.
Just open it so we can see. Is it solid or does it open?
I
It looks like it
don't
opens.
know. I think it opens, but it's some kind of puzzle. I didn't look at it much before leaving the house. Can I try to open it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open it. Does it work?
So you kind of like shake it around and like maybe try to pry it open, but it doesn't budge.
Maybe it's just a ball.
Ah,
I don't know.
okay. Sure. You can keep it, I guess.
I guess I'll put it back in my pocket.
Okay, and then they'll pat down Isagon.
Oh, I have a dagger. I have a handful of dice. Trying to hide a deck of cards and the bag of herbs. I have
Mhm.
sewn pockets underneath my mundane clothes. Just that sort of fit these things. This is not the first time that I've had to conceal things.
Yeah,
You
you
also
can
got
make
wings, don't you?
They're none of you know that. They're incredibly well hidden. Been hiding them for years.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and make sleight of hand with advantage since you have thought ahead and you hide your stuff very well.
Let's see if that works.
Nice.
Yikes.
All right.
This is a
That's
good
pretty
start.
great.
Good start. Let me make my GM roll.
Hopefully you roll like we do, because
Okay. So the guard pats you down. And he doesn't even address your back. He just pats you down from your shoulders and then to your pockets. Not, they never pat down the back. You know that. So, but as he pats down, his hand like catches something hard and he's like, "You got an implant or something? What is this?" And he just like
it's
flicks it.
what is he flicking? Is he flicking the dice?
No, it's your dagger.
It's not. It's a strange. I have a condition. I have like a hernia thing, and I have to wear this belt, and it's like a little. It's like a knob that I can't show you because it's indecent, but it just keeps things kind of situated down there.
I see.
You'd rather not know.
It would be
why.
very indecent for you to show me on
it would.
Kaisia's grounds.
Yeah.
Florina, tell her your story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're good friends. I have kind of a medical situation, and I need this. If you feel this right here, it's like a little handle. It's just sort of is tough for tightening this belt that I have around my waist. But I would rather not get into the details, as is indecent in this company.
Go ahead and make deception with advantage.
Oh, cool. There we go.
A. Right. She just like kind of like looks at you in disgust and where the guard was pointing as well. Sure. It does not matter. It's a quick tour. Thank you
It's
for
awful
patting them down.
embarrassing.
Of course. Embarrassing for all of us. Anyway. Follow me. And she'll begin guiding you. Is there anywhere on our campus that you're already so excited to see? I know all of you must be so excited. Besides Indigo and Keel, they're here every day. But
I'm excited. Come on. New people.
it's always nice
man.
to show new people around you, correct?
Give it a thumbs up.
As we're walking, the professor's trying to like map out mentally the whole area,
Mhm.
find like small areas where you could hide, possible routes in and out, just kind of like getting a read of layout of the land.
Aiko's
Mhm.
just looking around. Nothing special. He's like actually like seeing the sights, looking around.
Should
Izugan is
I?
also casing it a little bit,
Mhm.
sort of looking for how many guards. The
There are
guards
just
look.
hands of Cassia milling around the entire place constantly. But I could. Well, if you don't have a place that you'd like to see, I could show you the prison cells first if you'd like. That's
Are you-
always
oh.
fun.
Or are you? Are we under arrest?
Maybe. If you don't get excited already, geez, you guys are like lumps.
She can, if she looks at Aika, she can very well tell that he is very distracted, just looking around.
At least this one is interested in his surroundings.
I'll just like elbow jab Izugan and just be like, all right, just look excited. She might actually take you to the prisons.
Let's. Do you have a fountain? Do you have drinking fountains or other kinds of fountains? I love fountains.
We have the fountain that we just walked past in the entrance.
More? Do you have? Are you hiding any? Are there any secret fountains?
Secret fountain. That is oddly specific. Have you been here before?
It's not. No, I have never been here before.
Interesting.
So there is a secret fountain, and I tap the side of my nose with my index finger.
Well, I brought you here to show you where Professor would be working, so I suppose. Yes, we have an underground fountain. In order to make the underground area seem more homey, it's actually where Professor and Aika would be working if they decided to come here with us. So I suppose we can start there. You know, start with the most interesting thing. I was going to do it later, but I suppose that order is fine too. So we can go there if you'd like. Secret fountain.
So this secret fountain is the most interesting thing about this whole place, is what you're saying.
Well, and also the state-of-the-art facility down there. But yes, there is also the lovely fountain there as well.
All right.
I do not work down there, but my superior's superior works down there. And I can get them to give us clearance so that I may continue to recruit Professor Aether and Aika.
Yes, a wonderful opportunity to be working underground next to a secret fountain. Yes, let's press on and see where I'm going to be spending the rest of my life.
Hearing my name, I
I
blink a
love-
couple times and look, and actually start paying attention to what she's saying.
Isn't this so exciting? Come on, follow me. And
Very
as
excited.
you
Yeah.
as you guys are watching, there's still a gate around this entire place perimeter. Izugan, Indigo, and Keel, you notice the black cat from earlier perched on the gate, watching you still.
I will kind of nudge Keel back. Is that the cat that watched my mishap earlier?
I could swear that it is. Definitely is.
Hi. I didn't know you were here. Have I seen this cat around before?
Indigo, why are you talking to, cat?
Because it's a friend. You know, cats are friends. They kill birds. They're good for society.
I'm glad to hear it.
Except for that one.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, follow me, and she'll begin leading you guys into the building, and then down, down, down. You see, this a kind of faux marble flooring, and like very smooth white walls, very pristine, and multiple janitors cleaning different hallways of this place as you begin to almost be led into this kind of maze of hallways. Through the windows, you can see different things going on. Some prayer rooms near the entrance where you started, but as you go deeper and deeper inside, you see different strange things going on in these rooms. Some of them combat training. There actually seem to be some massage rooms. But you continue to go in, and eventually, you find she leads you into a stairwell. It's just right down here. I believe that I should be able to get this
Would I
in.
happen to know where this stairwell goes?
You've never been down here before. You were told to not go down here.
Have I ever been to the prisons?
Guess you have been to the prisons.
Then this is probably not the prisons. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so follow me. And she will continue to lead you guys down. Who's in the back, probably?
I'll take the back.
All right, so yeah, you're in the back, and as the rest of them begin to go down the steps, you hear the padding of tiny feet behind you, and once again, you turn around and see the black cat still following you.
That's not creepy. Okay. I'll just try to, like, calm the fact that I was startled by a cat once again, and hope it stops following me.
Unfortunately, it also follows you down the stairs. But as soon as everyone is down the stairs, you do see a lovely fountain in the middle of this almost shoot, I'm blanking on the word, but there's almost a lovely underground garden in this little underground courtyard here. A fountain in the center that seems to have been built separately and then brought down here, as it's not part of the ground, but it seems to be also white marble, though perhaps real this time and not the faux used on the floor upstairs. A sculpture of who other than Kaisia is in the center, with an eye patch over one of her eyes, since the other sun is no longer in the sky.
Is it a marble eye patch? Is it part of the statue, or was it added on after? And is it a little bit like
It's actually seems to be a bronze sculpted addition that was made to the sculpture.
Okay.
And
this is probably a pretty old statue.
And bronze wings also extend from her back, and she holds a bronze staff in her hands, just staring down at whoever is standing in front of that fountain. Water dribbles out of the top of the staff that she's holding and follows a groove pattern down back into the base of it, and then you know how fountains work. Goes back up to the top, and all the water cycles through that. But yes, so Lorena takes you to this lovely room, and well, this is the secret fountain. It's very lovely, right?
How do they
Yes,
get
quite.
it down here?
Excuse me?
How do they get it down here?
I
They haul all the little bits one by one, or what is?
was not around when this statue was brought down here.
Pretty.
The professor tries
Probably-
to get a closer look at it, because if there is a add-on to the statue to make it more up to date with the history, he's assuming that this kind of predates the event. So he's
Mhm.
trying to like get as much from as he can from it while like not being too obvious. Like just walking by, looking at it, but like trying to like take in every detail, see if he can like spot anything to like give him a clue to his true age.
Mhm. Yeah. So you inch closer. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you really begin to look for any kind of detail on the statue. So you can tell that is definitely very old, but there doesn't seem to be a lot to go off of since most of this kind of information has not been available to you and has been very incomplete. But you do notice that there seems to be actually a place where the marble is rough and something could have been actually removed, kind of underneath where her wings were added. Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah. And
Like,
the professor makes a
as
note of that.
almost as if
So,
the wings were added to cover up a larger rougher patch, but it extends more further down her back than the wing add-ons do cover. But Lorena looks at all of you. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. It's lovely, right? Right, Professor? Could you see yourself taking a break from your hard work, sitting at this fountain?
I certainly could. It's a remarkable fountain. I don't think I've ever seen its like before.
Well, we keep the best down here to keep the hardest working citizens happy. We'd love to have you and Bronwyn, was it, down here as well, Ica?
Yeah, yeah. I've been a bit distracted, sorry.
It's perfectly okay, Ica. I will be right back because to show you the rooms, and she points to the different doors that are around this courtyard that lead into other rooms. To get into those rooms, I will need higher clearance than I already have. So I'll be right back. Please enjoy. Don't be alarmed, but to make sure that you don't do anything strange, you know, um, anything exploring with, well, not with me for the guided tour could be bad, even though Indigo and Keel are with you for added security. I'm just going to lock you in here, so don't worry about it. So
But
Wait, what?
so we are. What is? This is not the prison. You secret
she
found
walks
prison?
away, just kind of waving off your
You're
distress.
locking us. Lorena.
And she closes the door.
What if, we have to go to the bathroom?
You got a fountain right
okay.
there.
Yeah, you got a fountain. You don't need to worry about it.
Prestidigitation.
The black cat that has been following you squeezes through the door as she closes it behind her, and you hear her lock it.
I am very surprised this cat escaped notice.
What's this cat's deal? What is? I mean,
Is it at least a cute cat?
It's a black cat with green eyes, and just its eyes kind of fixing on each of you in turn.
The professor doesn't trust anything that's smaller than him.
My
Kind of staring warily at it.
I'll hold my hand out to the cat. I'll get
Going to
down on
judge
one knee
now.
and hold my hand out to the cat.
Go pss, pss.
Yeah,
It
see if he
doesn't
comes close.
react. It just sits there in front of the door.
I'm literally crying in real life.
Excuse me, did you kill any birds recently?
It looks at Indigo and just says,
Right. Thank you for your service.
Pretty sure it said yes. I'm pretty good at talking to cats.
I think it did too.
Cats are a good way of dealing with pigeons. Absolutely.
And I'll stand back up. So now that we're all locked in the secret fountain room, what do you guys think about this place specifically? And I walk over to the professor. specifically you.
Oh, well, I believe this is a lovely working environment, and I'm looking forward to my future career here. And telepathically communicate to her saying, there's a good chance that I'm screwed. I might be trapped here forever. Get out while you can. I will do everything I can to make sure that you walk free. Tell my story.
And I nod, but it's like a not really a knowing nod. It's like a yeah, sure kind of thing. Like he knows that you're probably screwed, but he doesn't think you know that he's also probably screwed. And he's like,
Telepathically
Look at you.
again, he's just like, okay, when you get out of here, go to my office. There is a hidden compartment under my desk. Take those notes and burn them. Burn them in a fire. There's another hidden compartment. Ignore that one. Just pretend it does not exist. That one's unrelated. But the notes they need to burn.
I give a thumbs up.
I can like
And
nod my head, but like try not to do something too obvious.
I tuck my own book like under my arm.
What are Izuga, Indigo, and Keel up to?
I suppose that this is a good time for me to look at Izagon and go, really? I told you to act excited, and the thing you lean into, you double down on, is fountains.
Well, how I didn't know they had a underground fountain prison. You know, although it's pretty cool. I don't know.
What are you talking about? It's great here. Isn't it lovely?
I mean,
I mean, there's nothing that would be.
I don't really care about fountains. You know that, right? I'm not some
Oh,
fountain
you
nerd.
don't? Oh.
No.
The professor is mildly insulted by the term fountain nerd.
No,
He's
not in a
fountain.
I appreciate a good fountain. I just am not like passionate about fountain culture.
I think you should be passionate about fountain culture.
Are any
Why
of you
is this-
sitting on the fountain? Like, you know, the ring around
No.
it?
I think I would definitely
Oh,
is going to go sit on
ring
the fountain,
around
lean
it,
up, lean
okay.
on the put both of his arms kind of on the shield, using it as a armrest.
Mm-hmm.
Indigo kind of wants his shield back, but is not gonna say anything. But you could just like tell that he wants it.
Oh, Izagon knows that. Absolutely.
yeah.
Anyone else sitting on the fountain?
Not on the fountain,
Not
but there
me.
is a ring around it. I'll sit on that.
That's what I meant. And yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna climb the statue.
No, I'm not gonna
It's
climb
prison.
the holy fountain
I
statue.
would
of
recommend
Katsu.
that.
I don't think that would end well when she came back.
Mm-hmm.
If she came back.
The
Okay.
professor's just like doing a lap, like walking around the fountain, looking at it from all angles, trying to study it, like mentally taking notes to kind of think about and jot down later.
Izagon is looking the other direction, looking at the rest of the room, seeing the doorways, and like this is like what this whole space is like.
Yeah. I just have to ask, does anyone have a passive perception of 19 or above?
No, I have a passive perception of 15.
Okay, thank you.
Can I
Yeah,
roll
not
an
me.
active perception? No, never mind.
No. So as you guys are all talking, beginning to relax, the cat has slipped your mind. But as the fountain begins to move, it begins to like slip. You almost think it could be an earthquake at first, an earthquake again, and you're stuck underground, and you feel a bit of panic rise up for you. But quickly you realize that it's more centralized than that, as the fountain itself is beginning to slide to the side, and a circle underneath it of just white and bright blue is just filling the room with light as the fountain moves to the side. So people on the fountain or near it, make a dex save at disadvantage. Everyone else make a normal dex save, please.
I don't think
Nice.
that rolling with disadvantage will really help much.
Yikes.
I crit.
Icon at 20, nice.
Natural one.
Unfortunate. Okay, so
6.
I'm sitting on it.
7.
all right, so Keel, Isagan, and Indigo, and Professor Aether, the last thing you see as you kind of like your head whips around the room, each of you, you see the cat seems to have pried off a side panel and chewed through some wires. That's the last thing you see, and it just seems to almost be smirking
Retract my
at you
statement.
as you're as you feel yourself like air rush out of this place and into the outside as you are sucked out with it and start falling. Aika and sorry. Okay, yeah. Aika, you manage to grab the side of the hole and hold on for dear life. The cat, now finished chewing through the wiring, you watch as it walks towards you and just meows at you. Like looking down at you, and it seems almost annoyed that you're still holding on.
Can I grab it? Am I in range to grab it?
You are holding on with your fingertips to Webport itself, actually.
Oh.
About to fall if
Can
you
I
let
try-
go.
Can I try and pull myself up?
Yeah, it's going to be an athletics check.
Yeah, I don't have to do disadvantage for that. Of course, I roll a 4.
So as you struggle to try and pull yourself up, the cat with its mouth, its fangs, it digs into your fingers and you hold on for as long as you can, but eventually you start to slip. And with that, the cat like scratches at you again and bites down even harder. You let go and you begin falling as well.
Oh, I'm doomed.
But the last thing you see is that the cat also jumps after you. And that is where we'll end the session.
You really do be falling.
You really all do be falling.
We really do. It's turned into a Call of Duty.
Is it gone? I need my shield. We need a parachute.
I
I
am-
don't know how
I
well
think-
this will work, but
I would have fallen first, given I was sitting on the fountain and I nat 1 to that deck save.
Mm-hmm.
does
So-
any of us have feather fall?
No.
We're screwed.
This is not looking.
Right now, the
looking-
professor's feeling very vindicated.
I have
He
Elder's
did not
Blast.
trust anything smaller than him, and he was right.
I don't know why.
Maybe if I cast sleep on myself, I'll hit the ground softer.
Yes, let's see. Is there
Maybe.
anything I can do? Maybe if I
The
cast
whole idea is
shield?
just like go limp.
I am the heaviest out of everyone. I'm gonna hit
I
the ground
mean-
the hardest.
I'm wearing metal armor.
Yeah.
Me and Keel are wearing metal
Terminal
armor.
velocity, though.
I'm just glad that we didn't have to jump, but we were still
Yeah, I'm glad that
falling anyway.
I don't know which one was worse. You guys having to immediately fall, or me having to like hold on for dear life and then fall.
Holding on.
Because
the cat just bites your finger.
That
I
little
got- I
bugger.
I got a couple seconds of hope before I fell, which makes it worse.
This is why I'm superstitious.
Of course, yeah. Black cat's
Uh,
bad luck, man.
This cat. Thought he was doing a service to the world by hunting birds, but
Nope. If only we didn't forget about the cat.
Do I get to land on my feet?
We'll have to
Yikes.
see.
Some poor woman is not going to get her medicine and is going to be real sick forever now. So
and
thank you
some
for that.
poor woman is not gonna see Indigo
Miss
tomorrow.
Jorna.
And Professor Afer's students are never gonna get that pop quiz.
But frankly, I believe they are the ones missing out the most of all.
I mean, this is exciting.
Can't
This
see it,
this
but I'm-
sure beats slinging sloppy joes. Tell you what.
Isacon's just chilling.
I'm
Oh God, Bronwyn's
Did
not gonna
that.
be able to handle that lady tomorrow. I'm
Mm.
gonna come back and my whole place is gonna be ransacked. If we make it
Alright.
back, I can't fly.
None of
Well.
none of us can at the moment.
oh really?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Please, you weren't gonna go back to cafeteria duty.
No. I'm not gonna fly up back to Webport. I'm just not gonna like
I
yeah.
just not
Alright.
gonna die.
You could probably carry the professor with you, but there's no way in hell that you're gonna be able to carry anyone else, or at least not me.
I feel like it has to be said, but where are we dropping, boys?
The ground.
On that note, okay, I'm gonna say goodbye, stream. Thanks for hanging out with us today and watching our first session. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, 11:30 once again. So same time, and we hope you join us for session 2. We'll find out if all of these lovely, lovely people survive the fall.
Hard
Boy.
if.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see.
End
So
of session, end of campaign. We're done.
yep. There was it was just a one shot, it's just roleplay one shot. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
just a
it.
one shot.
Now we'll see you guys next week.
All that effort put in the character, nah.
Yeah, nah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye.
If you're watching.